I'm doing a little bit of driving, so I said, fuck it. Might as well go live and just share some thoughts. So, I titled this, What Would Pac Do? And, you know, I'm just going to share some real shit. My life has not been fucking easy. In fact, I don't think life is fucking easy at all. In many ways, spiritually, health wise, emotionally, and all the Pac shit has just been on top of that. Sort of feeling like I've been his humble, what up, Jay? His sort of humble protector in my own way, in my own head. No one fucking, no one kind of forced me to do shit, but you know, as fuck right now. And at times when I pray to Pac and Afeni, and then I guess when I feel sorry for myself, I kind of think, what would Pac do in the face of? I'll tell you what. One thing that he fucking definitely would do is he would never feel. He might feel sorry for himself, but he never put any limits for himself. That motherfucker was limitless. And I've never seen anyone visualize as well as him and create and manifest. And I know I have that same fucking ability to manifest, but Amsterdam. I love me some Amsterdam. Love me some Amsterdam. So I didn't even have a thought. It just feels like sometimes doing these little streams helps me kind of refocus and figure out what's really important. Um, but yeah, man, Pac had I always say he was sort of divinely inspired, but I think we all are. We all have that. And it's continuing. I don't know what happened. YouTube just fucking died on me. In any event, I think we all have access to what I call divinity or the energy of the universe. And I think I'll give you an example. So I've been smoking weed since I was 16. I smoked a gang of weed with pot. And for the last 20 years, I would get an allergic reaction to smoking weed, and I knew something was up with it because I would swell up, I would sweat, but I just fucking loved what it did to my head, so I kept smoking weed. So I developed a couple of autoimmune diseases and blood disorders over the last 7, 8 years, and I don't share this 8 years, and I don't share this shit, but I'll just share it here. Fuck it. I almost died twice. No. I was in the hospital 6 times 2 years ago and almost died twice. One of them in the ICU, and they gave my wife a 24-hour watch because I was bleeding internally and they couldn't stop it. So I was fucking swelling up. And in my gut, I knew causing it. It was the weed smoking that was doing it because I had built some sort of allergic reaction to THC. And so push came to shove. Three months ago, I quit. Quit smoking weed for the first time in like 30 some odd years. And I went and did blood work. And my doctor said, I can't explain it, but all your blood work's normal. So the shit that almost made me die, it all reverted back to normal. And So I say all this to say that I kind of know what we should and shouldn't do, but we continue doing the things we shouldn't do because there's some sort of a gratification or good feeling about it. It's funny, I'm seeing my tattoo here. I'm going to share a little story of this shit, too. Fucking, I'm going to digress all over the place today. So, when Pac died, everyone started getting tattoos as a system. Molly, Kadada, everyone started, everyone that I knew, mostly the chicks got his picture on them. And I mean, I love Pac, but I wasn't going to put a fucking tattoo of a man on myself. It just didn't make any sense. So my dad was living in Iran at the time, in the Middle East, and I had him write out the base belief of the Zoroastrian religion, which is good thoughts, good words, and good deeds. And he and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna get that tattooed on myself," and it's my dad's handwriting. But I got that because of Pac. I couldn't even tell you what the logic behind it was, but I guess I didn't know how else to deal with his loss, Uh, so going back to all of us being vessels for divinity, I think all of us have the ability to achieve greatness. All of us do. Uh, but I think based on, Gary Vaynerchuk, I've been listening to stuff, and he's like, he grew up with a mom and dad that loved him and supported him and gave him the healthy foundation. I didn't grow up with any of that shit. I didn't grow up with any positive sort of emotional shit, which probably explains a lot of the self-sabotage that I put myself through growing up. But at some point, you got to take responsibility for fucking your own life up. And I think I kind of did 2-3 months ago, I think for a good portion of my professional life, when you go to my website, if you go like Vimeo and type in Gobi Rahimi, you'll see a bunch of my shit, or go to my website, Static Free Films, you'll see a bunch of my work, and you'll say, this motherfucker's worked with everyone, and he's worked with every brand, and he should be loaded, and this, that, the other. But I think when Pac died, I only defined myself as the Tupac guy. So I played small because I didn't think I was anything without Tupac. Because he kind of saw something in me that no one else in my life had seen. And so I sort of think we all have the key to our own health and success. And we just have to sort of allow ourselves to learn and grow and experience, and be better versions of ourselves. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm a fucking late bloomer. Late. I was 5 years old when Pac when he died. I was 30. He was 25. So 22 years later, I'm still fucking learning. I'm still fucking learning. I still haven't figured out what the fuck I'm supposed to do for Tupac, given that I'm not a decision maker. And that's one of the reasons why I keep in touch with fans. I bless you guys. I'm not exactly the biggest Tupac fan portal on the planet, and I'm not really even that great at social media, but I figured, fuck it. If someone that knew him firsthand, that shared space with him, at least shared how they were affected by him and what they kind of experienced with him, it kind of feels like 1 degree of separation. Maybe it'll do some good for one of you. Maybe one of you will walk away with a line or two or something that impacted you. And at the end of the day, that's what we're all here for. I think Pac, had he lived 6 months, 5 months more, he would have been done with all the fucking drama. He would have been away from death row. We would have been doing films. By now, I think Pac would have been building schools and community centers around the country and the world. And I say this for, I think by now, if dude was alive, he would have owned the country. He would have had his own army, and that motherfucker would have been one of the most powerful people on the planet. So, you know, fuck, man. Lessons learned from even Pac from 22 years ago, you know? Expecting people to do the right thing when they don't, or even just expecting. I guess expecting in itself is a fucking recipe for disaster. Because I've expected a lot of shit from a lot of people, and when you get let down, then you're only to blame yourself. You know what I mean? So it's like you got to rely on yourself, and you got to take responsibility for every fucked up thing that's ever happened in your life, even if you've been abused. Even if you've been abused, at some point you got to recognize that that's not an excuse for shit. Cause I got my fair share of fucking abuse growing up, but look, all it did was stop me from achieving greatness, and I haven't achieved the greatness that I think I am capable of, because I also don't think I've been of service the way I can be. So I know I'm rambling a lot on this one. What's up, Machiavelli 1996? We all, okay, there'll never be a Tupac, but we all have the potential of achieving greatness and doing good. We'll never other versions of greatness. Kading on Unsolved Tupac is disguised. Mopreme working with Kading. Yeah, I don't know what Mopreme's doing or what Kading's doing. That's it, I guess. I don't really have a. Well, I got a whole bunch of shit going on in my life, so I'm trying to figure it all out. While keeping my and fighting the good fight. You know what I mean? It's like life ain't easy. I know life ain't easy for any of us, but life is fucking challenging as fuck. So as long as all you motherfuckers keep your heads up, I know that's all I can do. Keep your head up is fucking one of the most profound things Pac came up with, you know? Anyway, I'll continue. Maybe when I got some more fucking, something more of value to share, I'll do another stream with you all. Reggie, Sharice, phone call. Yeah, I read that shit. I heard that shit when they said, yeah, that other thing, and someone said something Vegas. You know, I don't know. Treachery and deceit. I'll tell you what. The more you try to achieve, the greater you try to become, more devils will be thrown in your path to test you. Pac had his fair fucking share, but he also made some enemies too, because he couldn't keep quiet. So yeah, that's it, y'all. That's it. They don't know what we did in Vegas. Yeah, I know. It was kind of crazy to hear that shit. I don't know much about Sharitha, and I don't really know much about what month in '96. So it was either January or February, and I think I met him for the first time in December '95 at Shug's rented beach house in Malibu. I better go. Doesn't feel like I'm really contributing anything to any of you. Be safe, be well, keep your heads up. No matter how tough it gets, know that this too shall pass. This too shall pass. And it's just really a matter of fucking maintaining, you know? Anyway, speak soon. Keep it west. Late.